Hello students. In our today's class, we will continue with the same point, that is obligation to honor the check. So, it is the legal duty of the banker to honor the check of the customer. So, it's the duty given to every banker as per the Negotiable Instruments Act. So, it is the statutory duty of the banker to honor the check of his customer. But there are certain situations in which the banker can dishonor customer's check and he will not be liable for dishonoring customer's check. Okay, so now the following are the reasons or the conditions for which the banker can dishonor customer's check. So the first one is insufficient funds. Okay, so whenever there are insufficient funds in customer's account, at that time the banker is going to dishonor the check. Okay, suppose a customer has issued a check of rupees 5000, but the amount in his amount in his account is how much? Only 500. At that time the banker cannot make the payment because customer's account is not having sufficient funds to make the payment. That's why the banker is going to dishonor the check. Okay, next comes your stale check. Okay, so what is this stale check? Now, if the check is drawn on 1/6/2021, okay, so its maturity date will be when? Its maturity date will be 31/8/2021. Okay, that is, suppose if you draw a check on 1st of June, and it will be um, valid till 31st of August 2021, that is 3 months in India. Okay, in India the maturity of the check or the validity of the check is 3 months. After that the check will be invalid or dishonored by the banker. Okay, at that time it will become a stale check. Okay, that is, if the check is presented on 1/9/2021, okay, then what it happens, it will become a stale check and it will be dishonored by the banker, because the reasonable time of presenting the check was 3 months. You are going and presenting the check after 3 months. Okay, that is on 1st of September, so your check will be dishonored by the banker. Okay, so that is your stale check over here. The next one, post dated check presented for payment before due date. Okay, so post dated check, it is a form of check drawn with a future date written on it. Okay, so whatever example slide I have shown you before, there is no need of taking it down. Okay, so if you understand, that's enough. If you want, you can take it down, it's up to you. Okay, so your post dated check. Okay, post dated means what? You are writing future date of the check. Okay, that is future. Suppose today, let's take one example. Okay, if A gives B a check, okay, a check today, dated today, that is 4th June 2021, but the date on the check is what? 15th June 2021. Okay, that is, today you are writing date as 15th of June. Okay, now just think, 15th June, has it arrived? No, it is yet to arrive. That is, it is for a future period of time. Okay, then such a check is called post dated check. Okay, now here what B has to do? B has to go to the bank on 15th of June. Okay, or after that within 3 months. Okay, so 15th of June and not before that date. Okay, if he goes before 15th of June, then that check will be dishonored by the banker. Okay, it is simply nothing but 15th of June, the date is written on the check, and if you are going on 6th of June, okay, obviously that date has not yet arrived, the banker is going to dishonor the check. Okay, he will tell you to come on 15th of June only. Okay, so that is post dated check. Then on receipt of garnishee order. Okay, so garnishee order, we are going to study it in the further points. Okay, so here, whenever the bank receives the garnishee order from the court to freeze the account of a particular customer, in that case the banker need not pay the customer's check. Okay, so the banker is not going to honor the customer's check if garnishee order is received on that particular account. Okay, next one, death, insanity, or the of the customer. So death, suppose the banker comes to know that the customer has expired, at that time the banker has to stop the transactions of that account immediately. Okay, suppose if any further checks are coming in the name of that customer, he should not make the payment, that is, he won't make the payment also. Okay, now here what happens, suppose if the customer has gone insane. Okay, insane means what? Mad. At that time also the banker is not going to honor the customer's check. Then defective title of the party. So here the name itself is defective. Okay, so when the title is defective, at that time also the banker is not going to honor the check, that is he is going to dishonor the check. The next one, insolvency of the customer. So whenever the customer becomes insolvent, transactions will be immediately stopped by the banker. Okay, then signature is absent or signature in the check does not match with the specimen signature kept by the bank. Okay, so in the previous class I had showed you the specimen of the check. Okay, so there what happened, you had seen, okay, the name of the party, signature, then date and all. The banker will check each and every aspect, and if something is missing or if the signature is not matching with the specimen signature of the bank, at that time the banker is going to dishonor the check. Okay, next is your material alteration. Okay, so whatever the details are written in the check, okay, it should not be altered. Okay, now suppose if the customer has presented the check, suppose if he has made any alteration, say maybe in the amount and amount in figures as well as words, that is what material alteration. Suppose if the material alteration is not proved to be right by the drawer, or if the drawer hasn't confirmed about the alteration made in the check, at that time what the banker will do, he will dishonor the check. Okay, next one, where the check is mutilated. Okay, simple, you can expect this for 2 marks. Okay, for 2 marks they will ask you what is a mutilated check. Okay, mutilated is nothing but torn check. If the check is torn into 2 or more pieces, it is known as a mutilated check. Okay, suppose your check is torn into 2 pieces, or if the small piece of the check is torn, at that time it is known as what, it is known as a mutilated check. Okay, so such check should not be paid unless the banker is satisfied that mutilation was unintentional, until the banker obtains confirmation from the drawer. Okay, but generally such check should be written by the banker with the remark mutilated check. Okay, so here you can see a mutilated check, so it is torn. Okay, suppose if it is torn a bit or if it is torn into 2 pieces, it is also a mutilated check only. Okay, mutilated check, simple, a torn check. Okay, there is no need for you people to draw these and all. Okay, suppose if you have to draw the images, I will tell you. Okay, then unless and until I say, kindly don't do that. Okay, so no need of taking this down. Then next one, next comes your wrongful dishonor of customers check. Okay, so now what is this? So if the check, now whenever the check is presented by the customer to the banker, it is the duty of the banker to honor the check. Okay, but sometimes if the banker dishonors the check without giving proper reasons, it is known as wrongful dishonor of the check. Okay, so here for your wrongful dishonor of the check, banker is liable to pay the compensation. Okay, suppose if the banker has dishonored the check without giving any proper reasons, that will be termed to be the wrongful dishonor of check. Okay, and because of that the banker is liable to pay the compensation to the customer. Okay, so here your compensation payable by the banker to his customer is divided into 3 classes. Okay, so here kindly make a correction, it is payable. Okay, it is not PQ, it is payable. So here first one is your general damages. Okay, so here it is the compensation payable by the banker to his customer for breach of contract, inconvenience, or and loss of reputation and goodwill on account of wrongful dishonor of his check. Okay, so here when the banker wrongfully dishonors the check, means what, let's take an example. So suppose if I am a business person, okay, I have my own business and I issued a check to my to somebody. Okay, say I have issued a check to A. Now A goes and presents the check to the banker, and the banker dishonors the check. Say the banker says there are no sufficient funds in my account. At that time it has caused a damage to my goodwill or my reputation. Okay, so that is what it is, a general damage. Okay, maybe I had some other transactions also with the bank, but those transactions got delayed because of this particular transaction. So that is what general damage. Okay, so whenever general damages happens, the amount of compensation may be more or less than the amount of check. Okay, suppose if the check was 5,000, so the compensation which is to be paid by the banker will be more or less to 5,000. Okay, Next comes your special damages. Okay, special damages means what? Compensation paid by the banker to his customer for financial loss because of wrongful dishonor of check. Okay, now for example, customer has given a check for supply of goods. Okay, now the check is wrongfully dishonored, because of which customers fails to get the goods and suffers financial loss. Okay, so your special damages, here you can calculate the financial loss also. Okay, so here what happens, that financial loss will be calculated and that much amount should be paid by the banker to the customer. Okay, so that is your special damages. Then comes your damage for defamatory statement. Okay, so what is this defamatory statement? So defamation means what? Saying something about another person which may lead to misunderstanding about the person or may harm the reputation of that person. Okay, something which is not true, and because of that statement, image or goodwill of that person will be affected. Okay, so here if the reasons are wrong and defamatory, and if such statements are humiliating, okay, to the customer, then he can claim for the compensation without proving the actual damages to his reputation. Okay, now for example, you presented the check for payment. Okay, or maybe you have given a check which was presented. Now the banker has given such a statement which has affected you very personally. Okay, and that means it has affected you a lot. Okay, and you have taken it to heart also. At that time what happens, it becomes a defamatory statement, it becomes a false statement. Okay, suppose the banker has given false statement regarding anybody, at that time the your banker has to pay the damages. Okay, so without proving the actual damages, the banker is liable to pay the compensation. Okay, so I hope these things are clear to you people. Okay, if not, then you can ask me, you can you can clear your doubts. Okay, and one more thing, in LPB you cannot write own and all. Okay, so whatever is there, kindly try to understand the concept, so it is very easy and simple. Okay, the thing is you have to understand it. Okay, if you are not getting any points, you can ask me. So thank you, have a nice day.